So ladies and gentlemen, without further ado, all the way from New Orleans, Louisiana, ladies and gentlemen, please start making some noise right now. Give it up. I said make some noise right now. Make some noise for the queen, Casme.
Hello, my name is Casme. I am a singer, songwriter, entertainer, philanthropist, and entrepreneur from New Orleans, Louisiana.
If I should stay, I would only be in your way, so I'll go. But I know I'll think of you every step of the way, and I will always love you. I will always love you. Bittersweet memories, that is all I'm taking with me. So I'll go, but I know I'll think of you every step of the way. And I will always love you. Said I will always love you. I will always love you. I love you.
My mother and my father both are singers. Of course, in the church, I was introduced to, just the melodies and the clapping and the foot stomping and Baptist, then Pentecostal. So when I joined the Pentecostal church, it was more of kind of like CCM, contemporary. So I realized I start falling in love with the guitar. And so music has just always been around me, from, like I said, gospel music to CCM, which is more contemporary Christian. And then being from New Orleans, jazz and blues, it was just all around me. So since my early childhood. When I think of love, I think of God, and just how great He is, how merciful He is. We don't even acknowledge Him, like, as good as He is to everybody. It's just, it's a goal of mine to make sure that He's present where I go, everywhere I go, whether I'm by myself or whether I'm in front of a group of 50,000 people, or if I'm in a room of 5 or 6 people. I make mention, I make sure, because He is love. And the love that people feel, that I have for people, they feel it and they know it. And I make sure they know that that's God, and that's what love looks like. That's what it feels like. It's patient, it's kind. It's not boastful, it's selfless. You know what I mean?
Everyone loves the picture I posted of you.
AT&T reminds you, it can wait.
Let's see, my creative process pretty much starts from whatever I feel. If I am hurting about a breakup or about what's happening in the world around me, whether it be a murder or war, typically when things touch my heart, I start writing about it. And sometimes I have a melody right off the bat, and sometimes I just start writing. And I'll reach out to producers and I may say, hey, send me something with this type of feel or this type of energy. And once they send it to me, I start formulating my melody around the music. Or if not, I go straight to my voice memos and I record whatever it is that I'm feeling. So it's no particular way. I'm a woman of feel. Everything is about feel. Everything is about energy. So I'm not really traditional in that sense when it comes down to making music. Family. When I think of family, I think of my family. I'm the oldest of 8 children. My parents have been married for 35 years, still going strong. I think of strength. I think of fun, good times, a house full of singing and holidays where everybody's acting crazy and just getting together. 6 of us, there was 7 girls and 1 boy, so my siblings, I think of them. I think of, what life would be like without them. I couldn't even imagine. I think family is important. I think family is one's biggest support system, should be one's biggest support system.
If you're anything like my family, then you love to play basketball. It's an amazing sport. There's running. There's jumping. There's even dancing. Most importantly, playing basketball for just 1 hour a day is a great way to get fit. So get on out there, shoot some hoops, and most of all, have some fun.
Definitely from the beginning, Whitney Houston, Aretha Franklin. I really love Motown and very soulful sounds. I was challenged when I was in a band back in I think 2001 or something to do a Gladys Knight song, and I was challenged by the band leader. He was like, you're trying to sing it too much. He said, let go, relax, and just feel it. Feel her spirit. And that moment really taught me to really just embrace, I guess, what is so heavily a part of who I am now when it comes down to feel and emoting, exactly what the song is about. So I would definitely have to say Gladys Knight now. She's added to that roster. Anita Baker, Lauryn Hill, that's my girl, love her. So I'm like an old soul. So. The first thing that comes to mind when I hear artists is hustler. Very ambitious, very talented, gifted, typically multi-talented, actually. Most artists can do everything. Everything in the arts, anyway. I've never met an artist who only do one thing. We all creative in all these different little microscopic ways. I think of someone who's very passionate. Artists are very special people. I feel like sometimes we give a lot, we give the most, and we receive the least because we give everything we have. And then people can be like, oh, I'm not gonna show up, or I'm not gonna come to your show tonight, or I'm not gonna get your CD because they look at us like we just hustlers. I don't think they value us as much. They don't see our struggles. They don't see our sacrifices. They think we're playing like it's a hobby, not knowing that music is one of the biggest things that move people. So when I think of artists, sometimes I also get sad. I think of myself and I think about some of the things that I desire that I don't have because I chose to sacrifice them for this passion of mine. But then I also think of strength and how strong we are to just keep fighting through the no's and all the rejection from American Idol or The Voice or talent competitions or record labels, you know, or people who saying they gonna come to our shows and they don't come. That hurts. So I also think of strength, and I think of persistence and patience. I think artists are beautiful people. When I came out the womb, I was singing, honey. I was like, ah! No. I started singing at a very early age. I wrote my first song when I was hospitalized in the 3rd grade. So my parents immediately kind of formed me and my sisters a little gospel girl group, and been singing ever since. As far as my music goes, I would have to say I've always made music to touch people. And my friends sometimes say I get on their nerves because they're like, everything ain't always so positive, you know. Everything you write is just always trying to touch people. And she's like, write about making love. It's something people want to hear about. And, you know, that's not me. I'm like, there's plenty of people to do that, but I've been blessed to have a life full of love, and I do write about love. But I do also understand there's a lot of people that are hurting in this world. And so I create music to inspire people and to give people hope that their situations can get better, or that there is love out there, and for them not to give up because there is light at the end of the tunnel. So my goal is to consistently make music for your soul, music that matters, music that has a message that could change someone's life. I want people to feel good, you know, when they're listening to my music. So those are pretty much my goals, to just continue on the path that I'm going, which is to create music that matters.
This song is called Only Human. Hands up, please don't shoot. I ask these people, am I not good enough for you? Somebody tell me what's going on. I wanna know. Bounce away. On the innocent, we're so afraid. Anything could happen on any given day. See, we're still enslaved in so many ways. Bloodshed on the streets, blood on our hands and feet. We've lost the value of you and me. Bloodshed on the streets, I'm on my hands and knees. I'm praying, I'm praying, I'm praying. Right now, more than ever, got to be strong. 'Cause the Lord knows we're hurting, and it ain't the time to be alone. So please, Lord, just rain down your blessings in these homes. 'Cause we can't do it alone. I can't do it alone. We're only human. We're only human. We're only human. We're only human. Listen, y'all. Justice and freedom, we need them. Your grace, your mercy, you feed us. Hatred and violence is what we see. But your love is what we need. Bloodshed feet. We've lost the value of you and me. Bloodshed on the streets. I'm on my hands and knees. I'm praying. I'm praying. People commit suicide because they feel like they're all alone. They feel like there's no one to care about them. They feel like there's no love, but there is love. I know you may think we are different, but we hurt the same, we cry the same, it still remains. We are only human, and change is overdue. Lord, we need your strength to pull us through. Right now.
I don't know what it's like.
I don't know what it's like to be in a war.
I don't know what it's like. I don't know what it's like to be shot at.
Be shot at, to be put in harm's way.
Put my life on the line.
I don't know what it's like, but I do know no one comes back the same.
No matter how tough you are, how brave, how patriotic.
Anybody can get hurt.
And not just physically hurt.
If you're a service member
Or in a military family and you're feeling hopeless, you're not alone.
please call this number. It's confidential and free. Your family needs you.
We need you.
Thank you for your service.
Thank you. You know, it's funny that you ask about like my music videos. Some people say I be thinking too much about my music videos, like I put too much thought into it. Because for some reason, I'm so purpose-driven, like my mind is only thinking, okay, this video is really not about me, it's really about putting a message out there. And I just hope and pray, I'm like, Lord, am I losing people? Because I don't want to be too deep or too heavy, because people want to enjoy music. So a lot of my videos are like mini movies. They're like mini movies because I have like all these things that I want to do in the 3.5 minute video. Like I want to do everything. But you know, I'm working on some new stuff and I'm simplifying things and making it more about me. I don't really have a selfish bone in my body, but people around me are like, listen, girl, you know, you need to just focus more on you. Don't be trying to tell a bunch of stories. You know, create some movies if you want to do that. Like, create your own production company. But right now, my videos that are out are like mini movies, so y'all could go peep that. You know, they need to be out on Netflix or something. But my upcoming videos are gonna be cool. They're gonna be very eclectic, and the project I'm working on, y'all the first to hear this, is called Gumbo. I moved back home to New Orleans, and it's gonna actually be a bunch of volumes. So I've created like over 150 songs, and I'm minimizing it down to at least like about 40 or 50, and I'm gonna put out like 5 or 6 different CDs, but the CDs will be like, one CD will be pop, one CD will be rock, one will be hip hop, rap, wanna be neo soul R&B, whatever you wanna call it. But because I love, it's like gumbo. Like I love a lot of different things, my flavor, my style, the way I dress, the way I sing. Sometimes I wanna rap, sometimes I wanna flow, sometimes I wanna be jazzy. So I'm allowing people the opportunity to choose which Casme they want. You know what I'm saying? So the videos are gonna go along with that. If I'm rocking out, I'm rocking out. With a band, with a mohawk. R&B means rhythm and blues. I think of Mary J. Blige. I think of Jill Scott. I think of Keisha Cole. I think of women and men who, basically, I think of the 90s when I think of R&B because I feel like that was the stage and the decade for real R&B music. I think it is definitely missing now. But I think of Jagged Edge. I think of all of those people, even Maya. R&B, it's rhythm, the groove, you know what I'm saying? Like the stories, a lot of it is a lot of crying about my man ain't do me right and stuff like that. But yeah, rhythm and blues. Definitely think of the 90s more than anything. I've been blessed to, my resume is crazy. It's really crazy. I've been blessed to work with Donnie McClurkin. I sang backgrounds on a project that he did. It was, I believe, a Christmas project. That was a blessing. That was cool. I've had a chance to work with Bobby Jones, Bobby Jones Gospel. I had a chance to work with CeCe Winans during her camp for young girls. I was a background singer for Keith Urban at the Country Music Awards in Nashville. Then I sang backgrounds for Kimberly Locke, who was one of the contestants on American Idol. And from there, I moved and came to Atlanta, where I started singing backgrounds for B.O.B. And Trina Braxton, Toni Braxton's sister. So I got to travel the world, really with Grand Hustle and Atlantic Records. And that was an amazing experience. It really inspired me to really push harder as an independent artist myself, because I felt like I had the tools and I've seen so much. I'm like, yo, I could totally do this. I'm in the background right now, but I could totally be in the front. So that kind of inspired me really. But yeah, I worked with Tyler Perry. I've been in a couple of movies and sang on The House of Pain, Christmas Caroler, So I've been blessed to the last time.
It's on us to stop sexual assault.
To get in the way before it happens.
To get a friend home safe.
And to not blame the victim.
It's on us.
To look out for each other.
To
not look the other way.
It's on us to stand up.
To step in.
To take responsibility.
It's on us, all of us,
to stop sexual assault.
Learn how and take the pledge at itsonus.org.
Success is different for everybody. Success is really whatever goal you set to attain, accomplishing that. Period. That's what success is. I don't know what your success is. I know what mine is. If I say, you know what? Tomorrow I'm gonna have a show and I'm gonna invite 30 people. If I invite the 30 people, then to me that was successful. Whether they show up or not, I still had a successful event and I did what I set out to do. So success is just measured by whatever it is that you want to accomplish. Casme, so are you married? No, no, I'm not married. I'm actually very single. And, being in this industry can be a little taxing and it can also be a little intimidating. So I've had to sacrifice, I thought I was gonna get married twice already, but the guy I was dating, he wasn't ready to deal with, the fame and the people and the guys complimenting me and coming up to me. And it was a little bit of jealousy going on and insecurity. So I kind of sacrificed him so that I can continue to do what I felt in my heart God called me to do. So I probably could be married right now, even after this interview, if I decide, forget music. I'll be wifed up like this. So I'm single, but I'm satisfied with where I am because being single is a season of being seasoned, for what God has for you, who He really has for you. So yeah, that would be one of the things that I definitely sacrificed being in this industry. Advice that I would give to someone interested in getting into the music industry: be you. I could have slept with producers, probably been famous by now. I could have wore, sexier tops, skinnier shorts, like skinny shorts or shorter shorts. But I know that my gift and my talent is enough. So another thing is to be confident in who you are. And the reason that you get to that place of confidence is because you are practicing and that you are sure about who you are. So you have to figure out who you are. And in order for you to figure out who you are, you have to know whose you are. And a relationship with God is most important. So start there with your relationship with God because He created you and He has a purpose for your life. And if you feel like that purpose is music, then let it be about the music and not about your body and not about the money. You understand what I'm saying? Be true to what's in here. Don't sell yourself short because people will shortchange you. Know your value. Practice so that you can increase your value because you're priceless. So you have to cultivate the gift that God gave you. And if this is what you really want to do, then be serious about it and be different from everybody else. What makes you different from the next rapper? Everybody's wearing their pants sagging. Everybody's talking about money, hoes, clothes. What's different about you? I'm different because I chose to continue to be Casme. And I've done pretty good. I'm not where I want to be, but I'm headed there. And I know that it's gonna be longevity involved and not just an overnight success, not just a temporary success or a temporary pleasure, because I'm doing it the right way. So be fair, play fair, be you, and stay focused, stay disciplined. Love yourself and love God. Everything else will be fine. Fire, that fire under your feet to just go, go, go every day, even if it means there's no money involved. You doing it because you love it. That's passion to me. Well, back in 2008, for the first time in my life, I joined a pageant. It was Miss Tennessee pageant because after leaving New Orleans, I went to Nashville, Tennessee. I joined the Miss Black Tennessee pageant, and I came in first runner-up. And as a part of the pageant, you had to come up with a platform. And my platform was teaching young girls to become conscious of their bodies, teaching them to make healthy life decisions as pertaining to purity and their sensuality and their sexuality. So that basically started something brand new for me. Even though I did not win first place, I still decided, you know what, God, this is something special that I have at the time. I was still a virgin. I was, 23 years old when I lost my virginity. So it was something that was just very, very dear to me and something very important and special. So I decided to take that platform and tour the world myself with it. So I joined forces with Motivations Inc., which is a group out of Nashville, and I started my own, and it was called For You Mentoring, where we talked about rape, suicide, self-esteem, and self-love. So I'm not 501c3 yet. I've been funding everything on my own since 2008. And after 4U mentoring, I also branched out and started Casme Cares because I wanted to also reach the community in other capacities, which is also the young men, anti-violence, anti-bullying, and then community outreach as far as the homeless people. So I just have a heart. I've been watching my parents, go out into communities, into the projects, and be a blessing to other people for a long time. So I knew it wasn't gonna be long before I actually tapped into that same, market. Kind of makes me sad a little bit because I don't have management. I've been kind of managing myself for years. I have had some good people come into my life, who've helped me out and who've taken on that role for a temporary, piece of time. But I feel like the right management team and the right management structure could really catapult an artist to the next level, because the artist should never really have to represent themselves because it kind of devalues the artist. So management, it can be a beautiful thing, but it can also be a thing that can kind of kill opportunities if it's not the right management and the right people involved. My next step is to take over. No, I'm just playing. Really, I have been really spending a lot of time with God, really trying to make sure I'm doing what He wants me to do, because I really have a heart for the community. I have a heart for our people, but I also know that one of the ways that I can really truly impact our culture is to make some good music. So my focus is really to focus on my music, and I think for the first time in my life, I'm really gonna only do that because I've been so spread everywhere. I love fashion. I love, the community stuff. And people couldn't tell me, like, only pick one thing. I'm like, yo, I'm not supposed to only do one thing. I like to act. I like to do all of these things. And I don't regret anything. But I am at a place now where I'm ready to go to the next level. And I have to pull back on everything else. So my focus right now is my music, putting out amazing music, creating a buzz, and then also helping other people with a platform so that they can also get their music out. So I produce shows and concerts and stuff like that. But everything music is really what I'm on right now. And hopefully I can go on a worldwide tour soon with my new music when I'm done with it. Inspiration is whatever that thing or that person or those people add to your life and to your purpose and what it is that you want to do. So inspiration could be your mother and you wanting to be able to provide for her one day. Inspiration can be a bird chirping and you saying, you know what, that's a beautiful sound. I want to make beautiful music that sounds just like that. Inspiration is all around us. We can be inspirations to people. I think inspiration is just that thing that makes you feel good, that makes you want to set a goal to accomplish. How do I feel when I'm on stage? I feel invincible. I feel unbreakable. I feel like no matter what else happened to me before, I got on that stage, it all disappears. It all goes away. It's like, it's really my second home. The stage, my parents' house is my first home. The stage is my second home. Stage is my second home. It's a feeling that I really can't describe. It's indescribable, but it is amazing, and I love it. I love it, love it, love it. I don't understand how artists don't want to perform. A lot of them just want to be in a studio. I prefer to be on stage. And I think that's too because I love people, and I love to connect with people. So it's like a perfect opportunity and platform for me to reach out and touch and grab and capture and mesmerize. Yeah. When I think of legacy, I think of an open book that has been filled with chapters and pages of one's life. And I believe that everyone has a legacy that they're leaving behind. My goal is to make sure that my legacy is one of love and one of honesty and purity and passion and purpose. Some of my biggest accomplishments include working with some really awesome Grammy Award-winning producers. Dave Jam Hall actually produced for Mariah Carey. He has like 5 Grammys, but he took an interest in working with me. And we have one song together already, and we're working on another one for my new project. I think that's pretty big because, you know, he saw something in me that obviously he felt like was worth his time. His time, his efforts, his energy, and his money. Also, being able to travel worldwide, you know. I've been on 106 in Park, The View, Steve Harvey, Jay Leno, Jimmy Kimmel. Those things are dreams, you know, those are dreams that came true. Although I was in the background, I was still seen, and I will go back to all of those places and I will be in the forefront because I believe that and it's gonna happen. So that was pretty big for me. Of course, working with Tyler Perry, anytime you're working with Tyler Perry, a man of such greatness, a man of that caliber, that's a blessing just to be around it, the energy, that was awesome. And I got a chance to sing on his show, so musically that was kind of cool. And to date, I've released 2 mixtapes and 2 albums. So I'm proud of myself for that, you know. I've never had a lot of money, but God's favor has been plentiful. And I'm proud of that, and I'm thankful and grateful for that.
No, I don't know though. I'm scared.
Do you know that you're in my lane? No, not at all. Are you not paying attention? Are you texting? I was just checking in with my mom. I was telling her that I thought we'd be home by 6. It's okay. There's enough time. Just pay attention. I'm not even halfway through my text. There's no way. I'm not even going to look up. My babies are in the car. You have to pay attention. It's just supposed to be a quick text. I'm so sorry.
When I think of charities and philanthropy, I think of mission work. I think of mission work and I think of, you know what, if I could wake up every day and do something, that would be it. I would start my day off doing mission work, feeding people who are hungry, spending time with those that are often forgotten about, homeless, elderly, orphans. I mean, I think it's a beautiful thing when you run across a charity that is a real charity and not just a charity that's just pulling money from people. When I find, you know, philanthropists who are actually working physically hands-on, that's what I prefer. That's the people I prefer to work with. But we need more. We need more, what they say, more Indians out here in the field, we need more workers. So you guys can follow me on Instagram, Casme Live, CASMELIVE. You can also follow me on Facebook, CASMELIVE. I'm on YouTube, Casme Rocks, CASMEROCKS. SoundCloud, I just started SoundCloud. All of my songs on SoundCloud you can download for free. So that's soundcloud.com/CASMELIVE. And I think my website is important because you could just go there and you could just sign up so you could just find out about everything. That's CasmeLive.com, CASMELIVE. I think that's about it. Back to you, Bob.